If you guys haven't seen part 1 yet, why are you watching this part first? Go watch that one. Anyways, if you haven't seen that one, stick around. Hi guys, I'm DPX and welcome to the In-Depth Detective. Today, we are doing Star Wars, The Rise of Two Visions, Part 2. And we'll also be getting into some spoilers as well. Before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, and leave a comment, and you'll be a little subscriber. Abrams wanted to completely ignore The Last Jedi. He didn't really feel it fit into the story, and he wasn't alone. A lot of the fans didn't think so either. The cast of The Last Jedi even openly disliked it. Instead of dealing with it, though, and trying to acknowledge it as a canon entry and trying to work off of it, Abrams just ignored it and tried to make a proper follow-up to The Force Awakens and a conclusion to the whole trilogy. Yup, J.J. Abrams wanted to make two movies. It would have been better to further explore the Palpatine storyline as well as Rey's parentage, and that was by making two movies, but later settled on a 3-hour movie. But that didn't even work. J.J. Abrams shot 3 hours and 2 minutes of footage for The Rise of Skywalker. This would have made sense as it was an epic conclusion to a very long saga. You look at Avengers Endgame, which was 3 hours long and was the conclusion of a 10-year, actually 11-year saga, and this should have definitely been 3 hours. So why wasn't it? Well, it's simple. Disney. They weren't too high on the idea of a Star Wars movie being 3 hours long. This is all alleged, so no reasons are shared as to why they didn't want a 3-hour long Star Wars movie, but Disney did make J.J. Abrams trim the movie down to 3 hours and 37 minutes. But that's not even it. So JJ cut the movie down to 2 hours and 37 minutes. However, the movie is 2 hours and 22 minutes. So what happened? What allegedly did happen was that Disney cut it even further. This time, though, behind JJ's back. That would explain certain things like Finn telling Rey that he has something to tell her, just never ends up telling her what it is, and yeah, most likely that he's force sensitive, but it would have been great to know that in the movie. Interestingly enough, though, with this one, Abrams didn't even know about the cuts until after seeing the movie at the premiere. Now imagine being told that you have to cut down your movie, and then you cut it down, and then your company cuts it down even further, and you don't know about it until you see the finished product. One thing that The Rise of Skywalker got panned for was feeling like it was missing certain aspects. This is probably why. After this alleged news started floating around the internet, the hashtag ReleaseTheJJCut started. This is because of the behind-the-scenes shenanigans. Abrams didn't even know about his movie getting trimmed, and he had a much longer and, probably for the fans, a much more fulfilling movie than what ended up being shown in theaters. What else is reported is Abrams was promised more creative control over The Rise of Skywalker. This, of course, ended up not happening. as he obviously didn't. He even reportedly didn't even want his name credited in the movie, but that's just a rumor. However, it is clear that JJ has a very separate and different movie, and that is very interesting. Star Wars is very fascinating. Like, yeah, in my opinion, I really find the stories and stuff fascinating, but even all the arguments are fascinating to listen to, but it can also be a pain in the ass. But even the people that liked The Rise of Skywalker, I think could agree that it was a little messy. I'm gonna share an opinion for a second. I liked all three movies in this trilogy on their merits as their own, movies, but they do not work as a trilogy. Part of that has to do with The Rise of Skywalker. I liked it, I enjoyed it. It's a mess though. And I think J.J. Abrams knew that about the theatrical version. But a JJ cut will be very interesting to see. So, the question of the day is, would you like to see the JJ cut? Or do you just not care? Let me know in the poll and in the comments. So that was this episode of the In-Depth Detective, the two-parter. Very interesting. I'll get more soon. Hopefully you are subscribed. If you're not, be sure to do so. And I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye-bye.